Are we ready? I think we are. Are we ready? I think we are. Yo, what's going on, y'all? Urban Therapy with Sunshine 752. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, yo. Urban Therapy with Sunshine 752. And this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this listen, today on this Sunday, on this glorious Sunday, March 5th, we are talking about domestic silence. Domestic silence. No, we're not talking about domestic violence. We're talking about domestic silence. When you're not speaking to somebody in your household, when you're not speaking to somebody in your family, when you're not speaking to somebody that you are close to, somebody that you would normally be speaking to all the time. Domestic silence. Now, we're not talking about when things have come to blows, but to be honest with you, this can be the result or the alternative of when things did come to blows, when things did blow up, when things did get violent, when things did get rough and tumble and come down to fisticuffs. But we ain't trying to talk about that. But what we're talking about is not talking to somebody that you used to talk to on a regular basis. Or it could be a situation where you stopped talking to somebody that you really weren't comfortable talking to from the beginning. You know how it is. As much as we would like to say that we get along with everybody that we meet and we give everybody a chance, sometimes it's not exactly the case. I'm not saying that we be lying or capping or anything like that, but sometimes we don't give people the chances that we tell people that we give them. Sometimes our prejudices kick in. Sometimes our intuition guides us in places that our logic does not warrant. And sometimes the best answer to a question that exists is to just, yeah, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it pushing. Not speaking to somebody doesn't really become a problem until it's known by both parties that the two of you are not speaking. When the two of you are not in agreement on the not speaking to each other terms, that's when things can blow up for the worse. That's when things can get bad. That's when things can get ugly. You ever find out that somebody isn't speaking to you that's close to you? Somebody that you was cool with? Somebody that you were friends with? Listen, man, I've done shows about not speaking to each other before, but we're doing it on a different level this time. This time, excuse me, I have a little bit of OCD. Not a lot. Not a lot. I'm not like a neat freak or nothing like that. But I am something like a orderly freak. Like having this, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But seeing this string be all the way up while the other one was down, it was doing something to my I was feeling it in the pit of my stomach. It was irking me. It's just not the way it was supposed to be. Yeah, it's a small thing. It's a small thing. So please pardon me for my petty. But yeah, you know, like when you was cool with somebody, you might have just been cool with them. And all of a sudden you realize that over something petty, all of a sudden they're not speaking to you. They may have told other people that they're not speaking to you, they don't have no words for you, whatever. Or they may have just tried to avoid speaking to you when they saw you, when they didn't do that before. They didn't used to avoid speaking to you when they saw you. So it could be you and somebody else. You could be walking down your hallway. And normally a person would speak, even if you was all the way down the hallway. It's like, hey, give you the head nod or something. Now it's like, now they acting like they didn't see you. Now they acting like they didn't see you. You know that kind of stuff. Um, so like I said, in close quarters, it can be pretty obvious that somebody ain't messing with you like that. They ain't, I mean. So at that time, it can make you start asking questions like, well, what did I do to this person? What did I do to this person for them to, act like they ain't speaking to me? You might confront them like, you're not speaking. Was you not speaking today? And some people are bold with they not speaking. They might be like, no, I really don't have nothing to say. But that's only if they're ready for a confrontation. A lot of people won't welcome that confrontation. They'll just be like, well, oh no, I ain't see you. Or they'll act like this, like they were going to speak, or that they're still speaking to you when you know that, all right, I'm gonna clock this from now on to see if they're not speaking or if they're speaking from here on out. And you might find like, oh, okay. So the passive aggressive, non-confrontational, but they don't want to speak. But that's a whole different thing. That might be somebody that you was cool with casually. When we talk about domestic silence, we're talking about mom ain't speaking to the son, and the son lives in the house. Daughter ain't speaking to the dad, and dad lives in the same house. Brothers ain't speaking to the sisters, sisters ain't speaking to the cousins. Y'all all living in the same house or come from the same family. We all come from the same family, living in the same house, under the same roof. We the same blood. So I think that when you talk about family members not speaking to each other, it gets a little bit more serious. Domestic silence. And the reason that I say that it gets more serious when it comes to family members not speaking to each other, because a lot of times with family members, it's not over something petty. A lot of times when it comes to you not speaking to your family members anymore, it might have something to do with something big that happened. It might have something to do with something major that transpired. It might have something to do with something that can't be ignored. For example, maybe your sister, your brother, your cousin tried to talk to your man or your woman, and they tried to get slick with it. Your man and your woman came to you and said, look, I don't know what's going on with your cousin, but she or he or let's say, you know how somebody who's close to you, like your man or your woman, might not want to see you go off, or they might not want to ruin a relationship that you have with somebody else. So they might not want to tell you exactly what happened. They might just tell you something like, listen, if it's all the same to you, please don't leave me alone with that person anymore. They make me uncomfortable. Of course, you're going to press them and find out exactly what's going on. Like, what do you mean by that? How did that make you feel uncomfortable? Because you're going to look out for your baby. You're going to look out for your sweetie. You're going to look out for your love. You're going to look out for your number one, your ace. That's the person that you sleep with, not the one that you creep with. This is the one that you share your life with. So it makes it a serious situation. So we're talking about your family member here, because that's not a small allegation. Well, he or she propositioned me, and I don't think it's cool, and I don't feel like I should be put in a situation where I should have to defend myself or explain myself. So, like I said, if it's all the same to you, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't leave me alone with that person anymore. I don't trust them, and quite personally, right now, I don't like them. But this is what's going on. So in a situation like that, you might confront your family member like, yo, why is my girl coming back to me telling me that you tried to show her your dick, or that you asked for her phone number, or you sent her a text. You know what I mean? You sent my girl a dick pic of your text. Yeah, but I told her I ain't mean to do it. Dog, you sent my girl. First of all, the only reason you have her number is because we were supposed you needed directions for blah 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 blah, and I had to use her phone that day, whatever. But you kept her number, and then you sent her a dick pic. Yeah, but like I said, I ain't mean to send it. You ain't, but you didn't say that you didn't mean to send it to her until she fired back at you. What would have happened if she would have been like, "Ooh, nice." Shit like that. Shit like that. Stuff like that will have you not talking to your family member no more. Stuff like that can draw a wedge between family members. Stuff like that will have other family members not talking to other family members. Stuff like that will have one part of the family not speaking to the other side of the family. Now, if you've ever had family issues like that, if you know anything about one set of cousins not speaking to another set of cousins, my uncle's kids not speaking to my aunt's kids, and my aunt and my uncle are my mom's brother and sister. If you know anything about that, then you know what I'm talking about. It can get ugly. It can get ugly. So in order to make sure that it don't go any further, well, you know what? When they come to the when we have family cookouts, I'm not going if they come, because I'm not going to be at the cookout not speaking to my brother or my sister, or my kids not going to be there not speaking to their kids, or we not going to have all the cousins from the other kids not feeling like they got to choose between this side and that side. So don't look for us at the family reunion this year. Domestic silence. It's an alternative for domestic violence. But it ain't a good look. Any way you slice it, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. It's not a good feel. But it happens in families. And that's why I called this show Domestic Silence. Because when it happens within the family, it don't always have to be under the same roof. But when it's under the same roof, then it's really bad. And we can get into all kinds of situations that would warrant one family member or some family members not speaking to other family members, because with family, we expect each other to step up to the plate. We expect each other to look out for each other, to have each other's back. Look, I don't care if me and you fight like cats and dogs as brothers and sisters, as cousins and cousins. I don't care whether the cousins is first, second, or third cousins. It doesn't matter. And this family, we all cousins. We identify as cousins. We all got the same last name, mixing and matching, marriages and all that kind of stuff. But we expect each other to look out for each other, because this is what it is. We are what we are. So the circumstances that normally lead to family members not speaking to each other anymore are normally serious things. These are not frivolous allegations. Pedophilia, child abuse, sexual abuse. You knew that uncle such and such or cousin such and such was doing this to them, and you ain't say nothing about it. You swept it under the rug. You act like it wasn't no big thing, and you knew. What's the alternative? to whooping a cousin's ass, whooping an uncle's ass, whooping the auntie's ass. The alternative is you're dead to me. Don't you call my phone. Don't you come to my house. Don't you be around my job. Don't you talk to my kids. You know what I'm talking about? It's real. It's very, very real. Domestic silence. What do y'all know? What's going on? Shirley Sherrill, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Sherrill, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. What's going on, man? And also Stacey White, thanks for coming through in the day. And I hope to see you tomorrow night. And T Carey, right? Morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my people going directly into your site. I appreciate you. Thanks for y'all for coming on through. You know just how we do. And we're talking about domestic silence. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is the Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the whether you just say Omar with the R, this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. This Sunday, March 5th, we are talking about domestic silence. Domestic silence. What do y'all know about domestic silence? What do you know about living under the same roof with your mama and your daddy and your brothers and your sisters and sometimes the cousins and aunties and uncles and stuff, and you ain't speaking to them? My uncle, I know he was on that crack, but he stole my goddamn earrings and then he lied about it. He stole my tax return check. I had the padlock on my door. He came in through the roof, through the window. Padlock on my door. He came through the roof in the window. The roof in the window. The roof in my window. Through my window, lying about it. I don't know what happened to the money, lying about it. I don't know what happened to lying about it. You know what? I would never do that to you, lying about it. I ain't got nothing to say to you. Domestic silence. What you know about it? That's what we're talking about today. That's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. T. Carey Wright says these things can tear families apart. Have everyone picking sides. That's what I'm talking about. And when we talk about the seriousness of family members not talking to each other, this is not silly. I know I have family members that are petty, and you probably have family members that are petty, all of y'all. But when it comes to our family not speaking to each other, it's normally not over something petty. I know in my family it ain't. When we ain't speaking to each other, it's over something real. It's over some old family don't do that shit to family. That's what it be over. Family don't do that to family. I ain't got nothing to say to such and such. And it's better that I don't have nothing to say to them because the only alternative is having something to do to them. And I don't want to, his mom or her mom, that's my favorite aunt. And I don't want to, mess up the relationship that me and her had because she always been like a mom to me. You know, she babysit me when we was little. She changed my Pampers. She was the one who showed me how to sew, how to cook, how to defend myself, how to handle business, how to blah 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 blah. So out of respect for my aunt, you know, we ain't gonna go the violent route. But her sons, her daughters, I ain't got nothing to say to them no more, ever again. And they better not even part their lips to say nothing about me that I find out about. They better not try to misexplain this story or try to change it around, because that's going to change everything. Yeah. Shit like that. Shit like that. Stacy White says she know a lot about it. I hear you, Stacy. I hear that. And it's sad. It's sad. Your family is your foundation. Your family is your foundation. You know, y'all know from doing these shows before, y'all know I hate to hear about family members. I hate to hear when people say, you know, your blood family are the ones that always do you wrong. You know what I mean? They the ones that'll sell you out the fastest. They the ones they the ones. I hate hearing that. But we gotta hear it. We gotta hear it because some people are living that. They're experiencing that. And I can't downplay anybody's experiences. I can't say, well, you didn't really see what you saw. You don't really know what you think. You didn't really hear what you heard. You didn't feel how you felt. I can't say that. I would have to say the complete opposite. So we got to deal with this domestic silence thing, but it's sad. Domestic silence to me is domestic sadness. Listen, and I'm not exempt. I got a cousin right now that I ain't talking to, and I ain't talked to him since 2010. Ain't no in I don't. I tell you the truth. Right now, in 2013, there's a part of me that says maybe it's been long enough. But my cousin ain't changed. He ain't changed. He is him. He was a grown man at the time. 40 plus years. So what am I expecting him, what am I expecting to be different going on with him 13 years later? Zero. That's what my expectations are. I don't expect him to be no different. So we got to deal with what's going on right here and now. So I can forgive him in my heart. And maybe what we're not speaking over isn't worth 13 years of silence. But he ain't reached out to me in that 13 years. That's how I know he hasn't changed. He hasn't reached out like come on, oh. You know what I mean? Listen, what I did was wrong, or I don't even feel like what I did was wrong, but I know I love you, and I know that I don't want us to be on the outs. So I mean, I think we should find a way. It ain't been that way. So maybe it is that deep. Maybe it's not as deep as it seems, but it's deep enough. Like quicksand. Quicksand only has to be a little bit taller than you are. That's all quicksand needs to be in order to drown you, smother you, consume you, engulf you, kill you. So, okay. But yeah, when it's in the family, it's real. It's real. It's real. Shirley Cheryl says, I stopped talking to my cousin because he tried to take advantage of my half sister. If I say something to him, it will lead to my jail time. So I just don't speak to him. See, Cheryl, you saying exactly what? See, sexual assault, stealing money, the sexual thing. Come on, man. Come on. And we have a lot of that going on in families. And every time it happens within the family, we be like, whose son is this? Whose son is this? Other family members get involved. They ready to ride on family members. So you might have to stop speaking as the best route so everybody else doesn't get involved. We talking about domestic silence. How about this, Shirley Cheryl? You might not be able to express what happened to some family members that you have because some family members might not be willing to just not speak to them no more. Some family members don't care if other family members are family members. Some family members say, well, if you don't want to treat us like family, then we ain't got to act like family. So I'm going to give you the non-familial treatment because, you know, family holds the door open for each other. Like, yo, you ain't got to buy them tickets. Back door. That's what family does for each other. Non-family, oh, tell you what, I'll give you a discount on the ticket. But you pay to get in here. Family members, oh, my cousin got the door open in the back. Now, we can't bring too many of us in here, but we can get at least 8 of us in here. How many you got? We only got 6. Go around the back. That's what family does for each other. Now, if you get around the back and the back door closed, now we got to take a look at the person who said that the cousin was around the back. But you understand what I'm saying? Family is supposed to leave the door open for each other. Family is supposed to make sure that family is taken care of. Family first. Family first. That's not whether it's blood or non-blood. Family first. So, yeah. Sometimes you might not want to tell certain family members what actually happened because certain family members, you know, them family members that just came home and will tell you in a heartbeat, I'll go back in for my blood, for my family. I'll go back in. We all got that cousin. We all got that cousin that say, well, yeah, I know. I just came home, but if I got to go back, I'll go back. If anybody fuck around with my peoples, more than likely I'm going back. Probably for a lengthier stay. We all got that cousin. We all got that cousin. And hopefully that cousin don't have to ride on another cousin. We ain't trying to Mendez brothers. You don't want to Mendez brother your cousin. TK right says, LOL, you said that right now is 2013. Did I say 2000? My bad. My bad. You know what? Like when you say something wrong, you don't even hear yourself. Like, you know what I mean? In my mind, I'm like, I didn't say 2013, but see, you know, there's this little rewind button that exists on this show, so you can go back and you know. So when y'all tell me I said something wrong, I gotta eat that. I gotta eat that. So yeah, it's a tough situation. Tough. TK right says, just giving you a hard time like you do me. I don't care. Because I can see the thing about me is I can dish it out, but I can also dish it out. See, I can dish out, but I can also dish out what I'm dishing out. That's me. That's me. If it's too hot in the kitchen, then somebody else was cooking. That's me. That's me. Okay. So, yeah, domestic silence. Domestic silence. The things that will happen in a family to make you stop talking to your family. What? What? You know how you have family members that wasn't involved in the whole messiness? Be like, oh, you not talking to such and such? You know, like your cousins come from out of town. They ain't, they don't know nothing about what's going on over here. Y'all ain't trying to put all y'all business out on Family Front Street. You know what I mean? Your cousin come from out of town. They're like, oh yeah, I'm getting with such and such later on. You coming with us? And you like, no, I'm good. I ain't coming with. I ain't. Why not? No, we going to the club. We going to the museum. We going to the thing. We going to the site. We going sightsee. We going skating. We going blah blah blah. We gonna have fun. You don't want to come? No. Now you gotta explain to your cousin, like everything cool now, but I don't mess with such and such because I don't mess with such and such because I don't mess with such and such because I don't mess with such and such. I don't mess with such and such. I don't mess with. I don't mess with such and such. I don't mess with such and such. I don't mess with. I don't mess with such and such. Your cousin from out of town, your auntie from out of town, your uncle from out of town. Now you gotta rehash this whole situation. You gotta drudge up those old feelings. You might start getting mad, upset. You might start crying. It brings back those demons. And come on, man, your piece from out of town. You don't want to give them that. That ain't what you came here for. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's real. It's real. So it's one of them things, man. It's one of them things. One of them things. One of them things. So this is something we gotta deal with, man. Domestic silence. I ain't talking to my brother. I ain't talked to my brother in 5 years. I ain't talked to my sister. No, not my oldest sister, my younger sister, my older sister, but not my oldest sister. My babies. I ain't talked to them in years. They on that bullshit. They on that. They on that. You know what I mean? You don't want to get on that. And sometimes you might have to get on that. Sometimes. Sometimes, man. So, we try to keep it tall, keep it funky, keep the relationship good with our peoples. But sometimes domestic silence is the best way to go. Sometimes you don't have a whole lot of other options. Sometimes. So what y'all got for me? What y'all know? What do y'all know? Stacey White says, as hurtful as heck. Yeah, it is. She also says, it's something when you the heart of the family, or when you're the heart of the family, pound brave. Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs any way you slice it. It is. It's a sad state of affairs. It's not where you want to be. It's not how you want to be. This is not the way you drew up the picture. This ain't the way you sketched it up. This is absolutely not the way you sketched it up. This is not the way you meant for it to be. But you got to do what you got to do in order to protect your frame of mind, peace of mind, your people's. You know, like when it comes to your family, that's when it's most obvious in your life that it's not all about you. You're going to look out for your babies. You're looking out for your kids. You might be looking out for your spouse. You might be looking out for your girl or your man. You might be looking out for your people. You want to make sure that your people are safe. That's one thing that family does for each other. Family has the job, the obligation of keeping each other safe. And when you see somebody compromising the safety of your family within the family, well, that's not an excusable offense. It's not. I ain't speaking to my aunt over how she did my cousin growing up. I watched her put my cousin second all the time. Any man that my aunt was dealing with, she always put him first, but she put my cousins second. So when my cousin came to my aunt saying that one of her boyfriends was trying to lay hands on her, was trying to proposition her, and my aunt blamed my cousin for lying. All she did was ask that boyfriend. She ain't even with that boyfriend no more. But all she did was ask him, you know, did he do it? And he lied and said he didn't. And she believed him over her. Well, I can't excuse my aunt for that. So I ain't got nothing to say to my aunt because that shit was more than just a one-time proposition. My cousin ain't the same. It's hard for her or him to have, you know, healthy relationships with the person of his choice now because of that. So yeah, I blame my auntie. She was wrong. That my man Caldoon? My man Caldoon coming through? My brother, my mellow, my man. Why don't you grab the mic and won't you take the stand? What do you got to say? He said, peace and protection upon Sun 752, upon the mods, and upon the supporters of the channel in the chat. Appreciate that. I know I'm late, but I had to stop in. It's been a minute, man. I'm glad to see that you came through, and you're always welcome to this crew. That's my word. That's me word, son. That's me word. So glad you're here. So we talking about domestic silence today. When you're not talking to family members, whether they live in the house or whether they are in, you know, their respective places, but they are your family members, whether it's blood family or whether it's family by marriage. And we talking about how deep the circumstances usually are to make family members not speak to each other. It's serious. It's serious, serious. So yeah. Sometimes this situation can be remedied by cooler heads prevailing, or by another family member who is respected by all of the rest of the family stepping in and saying, listen, y'all, we got to work this out. We got to work this out. Because I know deep down inside, whether y'all speaking to each other or not, I know that y'all love each other. And I want that love that we have for each other to shine through. I want it to come through. I want it to be right here, center stage, at the forefront. We can put these differences aside. And that's normally at times when the problems really can be worked out. Maybe when it came to money, all right, family goes into business with each other. Sometimes it's not the best move. Sometimes it really works out, but when it goes bad, it leaves not only broke pockets, but it also leaves bad feelings, hard feelings. You know, let's say, all right, let's just say it's a money situation. I'm not even sure if I want to pick out a specific example. Fuck it. Who am I fooling? All right, here's an example. A family member starts a business. Let's say they open up a restaurant. That's a popular family business, right? Open up a restaurant. Family members work in the restaurant. You know how it goes. Certain family members that work in the restaurant, first they riding hard. Yeah, my cousin, this is my cousin's restaurant. This is my brother's restaurant. This is my sister's restaurant. This is my uncle's, aunt's, whatever. Whoever restaurant it is. Everybody's making money. Everybody's getting paid. But then the restaurant starts doing really well. So the fee that people were getting paid before, they feel like they should be getting paid more. So they decide to start dipping inside the cash register. Okay, I wouldn't have to take any money out of the cash register if you would pay me right. You know, you call yourself family, but you don't want to give your family shit. You don't want to pay your family, what they worth. You don't want to. I expect a white man to do that, or any other man to do that to me, but we supposed to be family. I helped build this business. Money shit. Was the owner of the restaurant right for not paying the family member employee what he felt that what they contribution was worth? Was the family member asking for too much? Did they give themselves too much credit for building the business? Did they consider themselves to be business people instead of employees? Gray matter, opinions, things like that start to come into play. Bottom line is, that's a situation that can be fixed. You don't work at the restaurant anymore. Maybe the restaurant doesn't even exist anymore. We can get past all of that. That might be something that a moderating family member might be able to fix. Because the situation has come and it's gone. We learned from it. We earned from it. A couple of us even got burned from it. But when we start talking about you molested such and such daughter, I don't know if the moderator going to be able to fix that one, son. I don't know if the moderator going to be able to fix that. He can't fix that. He or she might won't be able to fix that one. That one might be out of our hands. She's out of my life. She's out of my life. They might don't be able to fix that. Money might be able to fix it. Of course, it depends on how much money we talking about. because if the money figure is in the hundreds, we probably gonna be able to get that fixed. The money figure starts getting in the thousands, the chance to be able to fix it starts getting farther and farther away. Wait a minute. It starts getting farther and farther away. So we have to, yeah, I mean, we have to take certain things into consideration. We have to take certain things into consideration. Domestic silence. I wish that we could avoid it on all levels. I wish this wasn't even a topic. I wish this could be a topic where we would be like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. This is a reach, oh. This is a reach. But it ain't a reach. See, this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. So sometimes we got to get into your spirit. We got to get into your soul. We got to get into your whole aura. We got to get into the inner workings of your psychology, your mentality, to see what's working and what's not working so well. Domestic silence. Those situations when you're not talking to a family member. You're openly not talking to them. My man Ansel Jones is in the house. What's going on with my brother Ansel Jones? Ansel Jones. I want y'all to know, while we talking about family, I want y'all to know that the Sixers ended the Milwaukee Bucks 16-game winning streak last night, because the Sixers are the Sixers. And even though the Sixers can't beat the Celtics, the Sixers can beat the Bucks. And the Bucks can beat the Celtics. And I'm saying all that to say that the Sixers beat the Bucks last night and ended their 16-game winning streak. Y'all see how this relates to the family? Well, my family is from Milwaukee. Shoot, they don't care about me. They like, we just won a championship a couple of years ago. What did you talk about? When the last time the Sixers won a championship? I'm like, the Sixers? It was only 40 years ago. 40 years ago, the Sixers won a damn 40 years. I was 13. I wasn't even 13 yet. I was 12. I was about to turn 13, 1983. I'll never forget that parade. It was great. 40 years? Oh, God. I thought winning the Super Bowl was hard. Ansel Jones says, sometimes silence is golden. Well, and when it comes to family members, I think silence is like mud, because there's normally dirt surrounding it. When you talk about not speaking to other people that other people that you're not related to or bound to in any kind of way, yeah, silence might be golden. But when it comes to your family members, unfortunately, there's a story attached to it. Unfortunately, we're not talking about something really petty. Normally, normally, we talking about something that's going to spread out to the rest of the family and is going to also divide portions of the family. Yeah, that domestic silence. Man, listen, I've been on jobs where supervisors wasn't talking to subordinates, where managers weren't talking to support. And I'm like, are y'all crazy? Are y'all crazy? Do you know what HR would say to both of y'all if they found out? Do you know? It ain't gonna be nice. It ain't gonna be nothing you want to hear. But they don't be worried about that. But when we talk about what's happening in your household amongst your own peoples, ugh, it gets seriouser. It gets mad seriouser. And so it's, with social media, there's no way you can't get in contact with each other. Oh, yes, there is. There are ways. There are ways. The internet mess is all about algorithm. So when the social media in California is not going to be the social media in Pennsylvania, it's going to be different. Like the friend suggestions that you get on the East Coast ain't going to be the friend suggestions that you get on the West Coast. That's why you'll notice if you have a lot of people on your friends list from your area, your local area, all of the friend requests or 95% of the friend requests or friend suggestions that they give to you are going to be from your local area. So, but when it comes to your family, it's way hard to not be in contact with each other because other family members who you are in contact with are going to somehow connect the dots, connect who you and somebody else. You know, your family don't want to see you and another family member not speaking. Don't nobody want that because it messes up the cookouts. It messes up the family gatherings. It messes up the weddings. It messes up the graduations. It messes up the anniversaries. It messes up the family reunions, the get-togethers, the holiday dinners. It messes it all up. It just does. Well, if my aunt ain't there, I ain't coming. If my cousin such and such is coming, then I'll go. But if they ain't coming, I ain't coming because I'm not speaking to this one and that one and no other ones. They know what they did. They know what they did. And I ain't forgot about it. And if I see them, I'm probably not gonna let it go. They know what they did. You know what you did. Oh, slime ball, grind ball, you ain't no good. Let's get one thing known and understood. I'm not talking to you. You ain't talking to me. That's the way that it's got to be. But see, things used to be all right with us until you threw me under the bus. But now I got to take a crack back at you. Like got to bat you. I'm going to get at you. You are nothing but a bastard. Something like nothing that's real. You're like an actor. And I'm not an actor along with you in your story. What I'm going to do to you is going to get gory. And you bore me. Actually, you excite me. You make me mad. I'm about to fight thee. Motherfuckers and suckers and Tommy Tuckers and Smuckers, egg jam eating ass niggas thinking they bigger than triggers, getting bullshit is getting talk that mess when you walk. I'm about to straight squawk. on you like a bird. You's a bird, you heard, and I'm tired of you. Nothing but a nut, you nerd. I'ma get back to you. Never mind. Never mind. Ansel Jones says Family Feud in 2023 is petty. Well. Whoa. Well, you know, it's a struggle. It can be a real struggle to get back to the good way that you used to feel about somebody. It can be a struggle, a real struggle to get back in the good condition of somebody that's done you bad, especially when they're your family members. You know, like think about this, y'all. What about a situation where your family members still trying to avoid culpability, or they're trying to hide the fact that they did you wrong? See, it's one thing if you're dealing with somebody. I got this chain fixed yesterday. They shined it up all nice. But the thing is twisted. Anyway. And it's irking me. See, it's not supposed to naturally sit that way. Anyway, you know, if somebody admits they're wrong in a situation, it makes things so much easier. But you know, sometimes our pride and difference of perspective keeps us from being able to admit that we were wrong. Man, do you know how far saying sorry or apologizing can get you in life? But so many of us avoid that life. We avoid that life. A sorry can fix a situation. I know I did wrong, but I didn't mean to do it, and I definitely won't do it again. Can fix a situation when it's genuine. I ain't talking about when you've messed up time after time after time. I'm talking about when it's a new situation. It might be a potentially damaging or embarrassing situation, but you can fix it. You can fix that with an apology, with a sincere apology. You can fix that. But when it gets to the point where you still keep trying to sweep it under the rug, hide details, act like somebody doesn't know what they do know, dispute the evidence that they do have, it makes it worse. And that's what family members do often. And that's what keeps us from being able to fix those broken relationships, because nobody wants to own up to what they've done. Sometimes the accuser makes things worse. They're blowing it up way worse than what it is. Like, okay, I don't mind saying sorry and sincerely apologizing for what I actually did, but you're trying to say that I did things that I didn't do. Listen, we already got the meat, we got the potatoes. You putting too much gravy. The gravy is just for the potatoes. I don't need no gravy on this fried chicken. I don't want you sogging up my fried chicken with this gravy. You putting too much gravy on it. You need a separate plate of mashed potatoes by itself, so you can pour all that gravy on it. This fried chicken stands by itself. It needs its own plate. Give me a little saucer for my fried chicken. Give me two drumsticks, a wing, and a thigh on that thing. Give me a full piece. A fell. So yeah, it's not always the accused that might be dead wrong. Sometimes the accuser might be trying to blow something else, blow something up, more than it deserves to be. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. We about to get on the body here though. We about get by here. We're gonna do these birthday shout outs, and then I'm gonna let you good people go about your lovely day. Having fun, doing things, hanging on out, being great. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious March 5th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. Let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Shannon Wells, happy birthday to you. Shannon. And also Natisha Stewart, turning 44 years old today. And Jacqueline Mims, turning 69 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Mary Joyner, happy birthday to you. And April Gambles, turning 62 years old today. And Be More Open, turning 44 years old today. And Andrea Jackson, turning 53 years old today. And Yasmin Ramos de McLaurin, turning 44 years old today. And Anthony Harris, happy birthday to you, brother. And Helena Davis, turning 58 years old today. And Devell Aichi Williams, turning 42 years old today. And Lonnie Delane, my girl, Lonnie Delane, happy birthday to you. And Kia Davis, happy birthday to you. A lot of birthdays on March 5th, y'all. And Nikendra Cook, happy birthday to you. And my girl, go get her, Mika Young, happy birthday to you. And Jen Paul, happy birthday to you. Norman Williams, happy birthday. And Verna Graham, turning 65 years old today, happy birthday to you. And my girl, go get her, Give Mo Low. I'm sorry, Give Love Mo. Give Love Mo. Y'all know Mona B on this show. I want to say happy birthday to all y'all and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious March 5th. I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen, check it out. I said, remember, man, listen, check it out. What? Domestic silence. I want to say to y'all, if you're giving some of your family members the silent treatment and it's over something that has played out, something that is petty, something that was important at the time but not as important anymore, I would encourage y'all to the utmost to please patch up those problems, bury those hatchets, extend the olive branch, do what's necessary in order to get back on good terms and on speaking terms with your family members, because you need each other somewhere along the line. Even if you're not directly involved all the time, it doesn't mean that you don't need each other any other time. But if it ain't possible, the best alternative that I can give you is to reconcile the problem within yourself. Do the internal work that you need to have done in order for you to feel good about who you are, what you're doing, and what's going on around you. And protect your loved ones. Protect your loved ones like their family. Protect your family like they're your loved ones. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. Please make sure that y'all hit that like button, share the show, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And if you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Hit that notification bell. This the truth I'ma sell. This the truth I'ma tell. That's from my perspective, and I'm giving out directives to be the best person that you can be. Make sure that you don't miss shots like Camby. Marcus Camby. Not that he wasn't good. Not that he wasn't great. I ain't gonna hate, but let's get one thing straight. A superstar is a superstar, and you know that you are. So be that. You want to see that. Don't have your family members at your back. Not at the end of the bat with the head on it. You know what I'm talking about. Daggone it. All right, y'all. All right. Okay. So Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. Peace. Yeah.